I have to do the noises myself until I get my new exhaust on. Good evening everybody, Calm Biker here. Gorgeous evening, just right when you're nice and relaxed on your motorbike for recording an FRO. FRO, for those of you who don't know, it stands for, it's when you're really angry about something and you wish it would stop, then it's an FRO. It stands for something like, for rectification only. Yeah, let's do an FRO. And it is, as you will have seen from the title of the video, and if you've not already unsubscribed from the title, I shall repeat it. FRO, teenagers on scooters. And you're thinking, what are you talking about? I thought your ideas on teenagers on scooters was clear. I have nothing against scooters, except perhaps the 50cc ones. And only then because they're not fast enough, and I would say that I don't see why a 16-year-old shouldn't be able to have something that can do the speed limit. However, that's not what I'm talking about. It's just clickbait. Oh yeah, thumbs down now. I'm talking about the type of scooter that I used to see girls on when I was about 5, and they were about 5. I'm not talking about motory scooters, peds, mopeds, whatever you want to call them. I'm talking about those scooters that you stand on. They've got a wheel at the front and the back, although I've noticed now that a lot of them have 2 wheels at the front, like a 5-year-old scooter equivalent of the Piaggio MP3. But the ones that you stand on, they've got handlebars that you hold on, and you stand on with one foot, push with the other, get yourself going a bit, and then kind of glide along, coast along. No motors, no pedals, no way of powering it other than that initial push. Like a skateboard. See, when I was a young lad, skateboards were all the rage. I think they still are, actually. Although I'm seeing more and more teenagers, and I'm talking about when I was younger than teenage, but more and more teenagers on scooters. And I just don't get it. So this is hence the FRO. I don't understand why it has become cool, because it appears to have become cool. I'm sure saying cool is no longer cool, but it seems to have become cool to ride around on what to anybody over the age of 35 is a child's toy. It's the equivalent of bouncing around on one of them, what's the names? I should have thought of the name of it before I said it, but that big bouncy thing with the ears that you hold on to and bounce, the big orange testicle. Whatever that was called, and I'll look it up and put it on the screen because I can't remember. Whatever that was called, it's the equivalent of that, only worse, because scooters, to anybody of my age, and I am unfortunately over 35, about 8 years over 35, they're not even for them, because we used to have fun bouncing around on them at, 13 or 14 years old. And to be fair, that's not the sort of teenager I'm talking about either. I'm talking about teenagers who are old enough to own a car, who are still pushing themselves around on scooters, and not because it's their child's scooter and they're taking it home for them, but because it's their scooter and they think it's good. And you can see them when I go to Scarborough, there's a skate park, and you see them at the skate park going up and down ramps on a child's toy. It's a child's toy. So stop it. What has happened to us that suddenly children's toys are acceptable for people who are essentially adults and for adults? And let me add to this FRO with some other things. Something I've seen recently is colouring in books for adults, for proper, not 18-year-old adults who are adults, but for adults who are adults like me. Now, granted, in hospitals there are people who suffer with mental illness, and for those people, colouring in is a way of coping with that, and that's brilliant, and I would not say anything against that at all. But no, I'm talking about bottom shelf, near the puzzler, near the crossword book, colouring in books for adults. Not adult colouring in books, not like adult dot to dot, which when I was in hospital I found hilarious, that the guy in the next bed had an adult dot to dot. That essentially, when you finished your dot to dot, you had pornographic pictures. But you know, that was funny. But no, just colouring in. Just colouring this lovely garden scene with all your favourite felt tips or crayons. No. That needs to FRO, and by that I mean it needs to be finally rectified only. I mean, on the adult side as well, what's with onesies? What's that all about? That's children's pyjamas. Right? When we were 3 or 4 years old, when I was 3 or 4 years old, and my brother was about 8 years old, or well, probably 7 or 8 years old, he's about 4 years older than me, we had pyjamas with Spider-Man on. Now that was cool, because we were 3 or 4. My brother had a cowboy suit. Oh yeah. And that was kind of cool, because I was 3 or 4 and he was 7 or 8. You know, that's all right. But I am seeing adults. I'm seeing people probably in the 40s and 50s walking around dressed as a leopard with usually brown shoes, going to the shop to get the newspaper in the morning. That needs to FRO as well. That needs to stop. It seems to be weird. It seems that toys have just gone downhill. Toys to me, the best toy in the world, no, 2 best toys in the world when I was young were Lego and Meccano. Now I don't know if Meccano still exists or not, but Lego's been ruined. Lego used to be about using your imagination. So I had a Lego train set, and probably about 3 times the train was a train, and the rest of the time it was a roller coaster or a spaceship that happened to run on rails, or a cable car, or it was use your imagination, think. Now what's Lego? It appears to be 5 pieces in a box with some instructions, and you must put it together in that order, otherwise you've made the wrong thing, and you can't really make anything else out of it. You know, I've saw a Lego motorbike and it was about 4 pieces, 2 wheels and some handlebars and a little Lego dude that sits on the top, and the only thing imaginative you can do with that is kind of turn his head right round and make him look like the Exorcist. Not good enough. That needs to FRO as well. This isn't any more FRO teenagers on scooters, is it? It's FRO toys that have got rubbish. FRO people using things that they are way too old for. Harry Potter books. Oh, it's a child's book. It's a kid's book. Can I commit the ultimate sin and say that Star Wars is a kid's film? I love the original Star Wars films, I have to say. I still watch them. The episodes 1, 2 and 3 that they added later, though, nah, rubbish. And the new one, slightly better than the kind of follow-up ones of episodes 1, 2 and 3, but still, it ain't no Return of the Jedi. Anyway, before I dig a deeper hole, I think I'll leave it there, but let me know what you think in the comments, and maybe add in there a few more stupid toys and things that are for kids that are now used by adults. Or just tell me I'm an idiot. I mean, I'd rather you tell me about the toys, because then you tell me something I don't already know. So thanks for watching. Ride safe, everyone. And I'll talk to you all again soon.